We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. If you need a roadmap at crypto, subscribe to this channel, turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if the content works for you, please hit the like button. All right. Alexandra, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today's Tech Bites, Malik. What's the word? The screen is green for a change. Jelster, Brandon, Valdotes, the original SGSG, Horace Mahet, welcome. CB, Huber's Ranch, VA Buds, another original. Art is here. Q Fitty, Warden, Warmon, Shaquille, David. Welcome to the show. It's almost holiday time in the U.S. Arendam is here. Welcome. They call this the dog days of August, meaning everybody goes on vacation and nothing happens. So let's talk about this. Is it just me or are you sick of NVIDIA, right? For those who don't know, NVIDIA is a chip company. They're almost like the center of the AI hardware universe. Okay. This company is so big that it has in New York City watch parties for its earnings. Because if NVIDIA doesn't blow away earnings expectations, it's the end of the world for stocks, for risk assets. Let's sell crypto. Oh my God. Please. Look, it's a chip company. You know, they're noting things like AI is actually resulting in the cost of power going down because it makes computers more efficient. Everybody wants to get all wound up about this. This stock flies around in like 5 and 10% increments after they release earnings. And you know what? For crypto, it's a nothing burger. It's an absolute nothing burger. And it's a lesson that they love in crypto to like move to the next drama. Like, oh, it's the Fed. Now it's NVIDIA. This has nothing to do with blockchain, nothing to do with Bitcoin, nothing to do with the future of money. Yet they spent 2 or 3 days getting all wound up about it. And if you want to know why the market is up today, it's because everyone is asking themselves the same question. Earnings came out. Some parts were good. Some parts weren't as spectacular as they thought. Whatever, it's over. Let's go back to crypto. Now, this is a new area of interest. So, of all of these like economic problem guys that are out there that, can scare people, but I argue it's pointing towards lower rates. So check this out. Chinese governments are in such bad shape, right? Now, why are they in such bad shape? Well, when China was going through its boom time, which started like 20 years ago, basically everybody, including local governments, borrowed money. Banks were forced to lend to them. And they built stuff. They built cities so people could come from rural China to have jobs, right? I mean, it's like their priority is social stability. So governments borrow money, and then the real estate market blows up, and then local governments blow up. And now down here at the bottom, this is an article that says Chinese localities adopt a rally cry. Like, this is not a joke. A rally cry, sell everything to save the day. Policy to ease debt. So you might be wondering, if the Chinese real estate market is already falling apart, how these guys are going to sell everything to save the day. And Kyle Bass, who is a hedge fund manager here in Texas, who has been short China for, 10 years, short everything, like everything. Just imagine $13 trillion in debt from local governments in a spiral. Okay. They've got to sell real estate into a market that's already blowing up, and it's going to impact their banks, resulting in China printing. He's showing like super low bond yields in China, which means, they're going to have to print, right? And I think in the comments, it's really funny. These are his hashtags: China economic collapse, real estate crisis, banking crisis, and he copies the U.S. Pacific Fleet. Okay. So I guess you know what Kyle's position is. The point is, I can actually see a case for not only the Chinese to have to print, but if this spills over into other components of global banking systems, they have to they have to print. And the Chinese are under they're under a lot of pressure because all it takes is one big bank over there to fail. Everyone's got to cut rates and everyone's got to print because that mess is that big. Now, as a small aside, I happened to look up how much Bitcoin the Chinese government owns. They own about the same Bitcoin as the American government does, 190,000. I'm assuming the Chinese government isn't going to indiscriminately liquidate Bitcoin because this is more of a problem with local governments than central governments. And this real estate problem is in the trillions, but just that little statistic out there for laughs. The bigger issue is that they have a massive deflationary money printing situation that they're going to have to do in China. Now, on the subject of the U.S. and the obsession with recession, here's the good news. We're not going into a recession. Definitions of recessions involving gross domestic product, durable goods, manufacturing surveys, not relevant anymore, right? Everything is software-based, service-based, and the U.S., what I call capital class, still has plenty of money because home values are high, and stocks never went down. So the recession or the problem isn't coming. The recession has been going on for 9 months, right? Unemployment is up. Okay. The duration that people are on unemployment, called continuing claims, is up. And discount stores like Dollar General are blowing up. There's another famous discount store in the U.S. that you see in lower income neighborhoods called Big Lots. They decided to take on a whole bunch of debt when a new CEO came in, and they blew up. So low-end retail consumers just getting destroyed. And this has been going on for so long. Like Powell said, it's time to adjust policy. It is. Okay. So you go to Bloomberg, the job market, right? 5-factor employment gauges stuck in contraction territory. Service providers are softer. Work week measures are down. So, less jobs, less hours, less money. Okay. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, right? Fed meeting September 19th. They need to adjust policy, which means they need to take their foot off the market's throat. I mean, it's not going to kill the economy to adjust rates by 25 basis points and make a symbolic gesture that we acknowledge these risk factors. Okay. And then, of course, there's Fed governors, right, who say it may be time to cut, but I need additional data because I'm looking at a whole bunch of outdated information. The inflation statistics, things are not great at the grocery store, but the risks to the economy are larger. Rate cuts will probably be bigger and come faster, particularly if there's any type of problem in banking systems. And I can't believe people are selling Bitcoin below 60. The only reason that there is for Bitcoin to go below 60 is some sovereign government, like, we're trying to keep it down because our government is just, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if our government is even a bunch of good guys or not. The Democratic Party's like, yeah, we're going to change our mind on crypto. And Gensler is suing OpenSea. Come on. So who's pushing Bitcoin down? Really? Who is? Michael Saylor is selling. No, BlackRock, they're buying. Okay. Bitcoin ETF has got some problems, but doesn't equal 60. It doesn't equal 45K Bitcoin. It doesn't. All right. Now, another thing that I think is wrong is the connection between what's going on now in stocks and what was going on in 2000. So, the economic problem crowd loves to get up, and I was there in 2000 for that like bubble mania. And here's the thing, the difference between 2000 and today. The difference then is that all the excess and all the debt and all that stuff was in the private sector. All these IPOs, all this crazy stuff. Now, all the crazy stuff with the spending is in the government side. The government debt crisis is the crisis, not the too many IPOs, too much leverage, too much Wild West. That's all been purged out of the market. Is there any Wild West left in altcoins? Come on. So this comparison between risk assets in 2000 and today, yes, stocks are overvalued. Yes, we know that. But there would have to be some kind of tremendous event. They blew out everybody with this, yen problem, and the market more or less came right back. So you're going to need a really big problem to have a repeat of 2000, right? So I don't buy this disaster stuff. If there's a problem, it's China. I don't think it's our equity market. So I don't think this is a risk to crypto. And this goes back to NVIDIA, right? What does this have to do with Bitcoin? Nothing. All right. Now, about the election, so what do we have? What do we have from our friends on the blue side? They're actually on TV talking about this unrealized capital gains tax. So that's just like you have money in your account and we're just going to take it because it's not from a buy or a sale. You have money, we'll take it. That's wealth confiscation. And then they're starting to talk about the disaster of price controls. And the thing is, the policy ideas that they have come up with are so bad that left-wing media outlets like CNN and the New York Times are starting to turn on Harris. So they're going to have to get together, or, she's got to get it together, because this whole like extreme left thing that they're trying to do, Gensler suing OpenSea. Oh yeah, we're going to be nice to crypto. Oh yeah, by the way, here's your Wells notice. Oh, these characters, right? There are reasons why people on social issues, might want to be on the left. And she's actually somewhat got her act together by talking about the housing shortage and how people need to get affordable housing. So she has found an issue to attach herself to. But this whole left-leaning ideology is crazy. You see how well it's all working out in China, right? 20 years after they did this, we're going to have communist capitalism. Okay. Kyle Bass is going to be a multi-billionaire if that ever comes unglued. Oh, the media has figured out that the dollar going down is in everybody's interest. Thank you, Marcus, right? Take the dollar down. It's a good thing. American goods are cheaper abroad. From the general risk appetite in the world, if everyone wants to sit in dollars deposited in a treasury bill, that's not good for risk assets. That's not good for crypto, right? If everyone's like, oh, I'm just going to park my money in dollars. No, get out of dollars, get into other currencies, buy international stocks, buy crypto, buy other currencies. People don't realize this, that part of what healed the market from the 2000 crash was just a gradual and seemingly relentless decline in the dollar. Everybody wants the 80s to come back because you could buy a cart full of groceries for $20. People don't realize that one thing that helped the American economy was that the dollar went massively lower starting in 1985. Sell the dollar, save America. Crypto industry accounts for almost half of corporate donations for the election, making you wonder what exactly they're thinking on the left. I mean, do they think that there's like some way that they're going to win with like the votes of these people that just got in the country? I mean, or are they just like double downing on some things out of spite? Like what are they doing? Okay, so the vice presidential candidate, the guy on the left for the vice presidential candidate, they're trying to create drama by saying they don't like him in his own home state of Minnesota, which I find that a little hard to believe because Minnesota leans left. But listen, these people got to fix their image if they want to be competitive. And you know what? As a crypto person, once Gensler served the JPEG store, aka OpenSea, with a Wells notice, yeah, okay. We pretty much know who the pro crypto group is for this election. So the big man is going to do a podcast, and Lex Friedman, and I think this makes all the sense in the world because he's good at free form talking. He doesn't really do speeches. He just gets up and does stream of consciousness, meaning he just talks. So podcasting is perfect for him. And this helps him get through to younger people. And Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard are on that. If you don't know who those people are, they are, Kennedy is a hugely pro-crypto guy. So the center is aligning itself with Trump. And like I said, I don't understand with that group doing well, meaning the center right, why everyone is selling Bitcoin below 60. I absolutely don't get it. Okay, Telegram turmoil. Here we go with the media. It's like, oh my God, they finally embraced the Telegram disaster. So Toncoin down, crypto VCs freaking out because everybody has invested in projects on top of Toncoin. And even though it's very unfortunate that this individual is like trapped in France now, like this guy can't go anywhere. He's forbidden from leaving France. Even though this is unfortunate for him, this is just a gigantic advertisement for the Telegram blockchain. Ton. I mean, it's just like, you can't buy this kind of publicity, and it was a top 10 coin to begin with. So they can persecute this guy, but I think that makes Telegram more popular. That's just me, right? Was our administration behind this guy being detained? Of course it was. Of course it was. He's Russian, and our government wants a backdoor key to every social media app. That's what happened to TikTok. ByteDance, the parent company, was like, yeah, okay, we're not getting, the Chinese government has the keys. They can get in through the back door and, spy on you and look at you. But, our government, Western governments want to do all this too. Can you believe this? Guys my age look at this. They can't believe this. I grew up reading like spy novels. Grew up not when I was like 10 years old, like when I was like 35. We read spy novels about, freedom-seeking good guys against Eastern European intelligence services. Tom Clancy was the guy. Now that's us. And all I can think about is the green button. You probably wonder, it's like, Bill, where are you going with this? It's like, dude, you got to hit the green button, right? It's like, you got to have Bitcoin. You got to have financial sovereignty. And they do nothing but sell this stuff. It's like whoever is doing this, when they're out of ammo, and they will be out of ammo, people are just going to go, yeah, I want it. Like, I want it. And these guys are running a huge advertisement for it with their behavior. Okay, so you have retail stock capitulation going on in probably the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. This goes back to the dog days of August. Dog days, right? Meaning it's hot, it's slow, people are on vacation. This crypto market, I don't know. It's up today. I hope it's up. Usually it's up the end of the month. We'll get to that in the PowerPoint, but This market sucks. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? You just watch this thing sitting around dead, and it's just like last year. Last year at this time, it's like, what are we going to talk about? It was that dead in winter. And they had one puke around the Labor Day holiday, which, we have to actually think about it. The market's up and that's good. And support is holding and that's good. But, they love to do crazy stuff on American holidays, right? Especially after you've had your barbecue and you're like trying to chill out. Like this holiday's on Monday. I'm kind of dreading it. It's like, okay, here we go, right? Bitcoin carnage. Long suffer losses, the media, right? Oh my God. $300 million in liquidations. Yeah, at the low. I mean, maybe it's not the low, but like everyone has packed it in on this market. Nobody likes the Ethereum ETF. Okay. Now, AI crypto tokens wobble about NVIDIA ending where we started. NVIDIA. Ooh, who cares? Where are the AI crypto tokens, right? If NVIDIA is an unstoppable force with earnings watch parties, crypto tokens for AI should be up. Now, here we go, right? Why crypto crashed ahead of NVIDIA earnings? Because we're in the abyss. We're in the bearish abyss, right? Yeah, this is very bullish. Crypto.com and Standard Charter partner for first global fiat services. People, they're out there. They're still trying to debank crypto. They are. They're trying to debank crypto. I saw a tweet yesterday. They're like, these guys just won't stop. Standard Chartered is a huge European bank, if I remember correctly. Huge. Like, they're not JP Morgan size, but I remember Standard Chartered from back in the day when I traded currencies in the 90s. That is a real bank, investment bank. So the fact that they're interested in crypto, that to me is a wonderful thing. All right, let's see who else is here. All right, Thin Bazaar, Miguel, Zepedas, Bizan, welcome. Gian, James Spencer, Cryptonautics, Zwani, Katya, all my familiar friends, David, welcome to the show. All right, let's get busy on PowerPoint. I'm sick of the negativity. It's like, seriously, it's like, if you guys can't, if this market isn't green, I'm going to go like, I don't know, watch nature videos, something. I just can't be negative. I can't. Okay. Bitcoin hits the 38% retracement of the move off the low. So that's like 58 something. And Lux Algo says, equilibrium for Bitcoin is 60. So maybe we just sit here at 60. Right. And if there's a bid, maybe we can get a bid going in altcoins, which again are so oversold, it's absurd. Okay. On that note, ETH versus Bitcoin on a 2-day chart. You have a Lux Algo bottom signal. You have 2 Lux Algo bottom signals, and they continue to sell ETH into this green area, which I will just refer to as the discount zone. That's what Lux Algo calls it. I mean, if this in Ethereum, like this is Ethereum versus Bitcoin, if this is not a give up trade, I talk about that sometimes, where things just go vertical on the downside. If this is not a give up trade, I don't know what is. I mean, they do this crash in August because it's a 2-day chart. They do a rally and then they retest it. And the retest is always uglier than the crash. How low can they seriously take ETH? They just can't. Now, historical analysis. So this is my machine that I have from Goldman. Bitcoin is generally positive during the last 4 days of August. Okay. Generally positive during the last 4 days of August. 71% of the time, the average gain at the end of August is like 4%. The average decline is like 2.8, meaning, when Bitcoin is up at the end of August, it's kind of up, right? Now, some of the recent moves have been small, but why are we selling Bitcoin below 60K again? Just asking for a friend. Solana, 38% retracement of the move off the low at 142. Equilibrium is at 150. I have no idea why everyone is selling Solana. I mean, Solana isn't going down. This is a square range. I don't know. This is a rally going someplace to happen. We probably just need activity to start up in meme coins to get some kind of trend going because, you know, the bad thing about the Solana universe is it's filled with these people who want to buy at 9 a.m. and sell at 9:30 a.m. Right? They don't hodl anything. Crypto used to be, I'm hodling it all the way up and I'm never selling it. I'm going to hodl it all the way down, even if it goes to zero, because I believe it's going to come back whether it does or not. The Solana universe, everyone's like, okay, I want to buy it and sell it 10 minutes later. But this is a square range in Solana, and Solana never really went down where everything else was falling apart. Okay, ETH. So 4-hour chart, you know, I'm trying to get my, okay, 4-hour chart. Bottom signal, the end of the month. Okay, ETH rallies. So the discount zone is at 2,400. Resistance is at 2,650. That's the top of the resistance. Probably stuck here, right? But this is just so stupid. You know, we saying that no investment bank, no Silicon Valley company, no one's ever going to use Ethereum. Oh, please. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. This is the DeMark bottom we talked about yesterday. Bottom line is when you see this 13 number in this quantitative system, that gives us is a strong suggestion of trend exhaustion, meaning ETH underperformance should end. Rune, cross-chain, rather perky. Okay, again, 5-wave structure on the way up. Okay, things get a little exciting, right? It goes from $2 to $4 and $4.50, then comes back to 3 something, which was a perfect 38% retracement, right? Lux Algo puts a buy signal in this morning. Cross-chain, AI, DPIN. Anybody remember these things? Right? I mean, stuff is so cheap and so destroyed even after this rally relative to where it was in March of last year. And as a reminder, you know, just big picture, right? You got paid to accumulate on down moves or sideways moves in September for a turn in October. That's just a fact. Last year, you got paid to not give up on crappy action in September. That's it. And late August, right? SEI, wow, you know, fast layer 1 blockchain. This and SUI right into Lux Algo support, just puking it out. This has got a lot of room to go up, especially if we're just traveling in this box, right? So once a market starts moving quickly, right? In other words, this thing loves to move, like completely give up. And now it's zooming back and forth. Zcash is now of interest again. Anybody think privacy is important when they're like jailing the head of social media companies? 38% retracement of the move from 15 to 45 is around 34, which was a prior high back in March and in December. I'm interested in privacy. Again, that narrative, it's like, does anybody even talk about it? Has there been one word about it? Not one. Okay. Trump, big man coin, support at 320. You know, the problem with this coin is that Trump himself is issuing all the cool collectible stuff. He's got a book, right? He's got NFTs. You know, Trump is going to capture all the demand for all things Trump. That said, the crypto market has not factored in enthusiasm for his group winning. It's not factored in. People just are kind of assuming that this is dead. It's sitting on support. Trump's capturing the value. But if meme coins ever made a comeback, right, which I think they're going to, just because people are going to get bored and rate cuts restart crypto speculation, just have a really hard time believing this thing is just going to sit down here and die at $3, but we will see. And that is the market update. Okay. Can you show us how to read money flow and all the other oscillators on the screen down there? Yes. Okay. Whoops. Okay. So nowhere is this more pronounced than in something like Rari. We did this yesterday. Okay. So this is called the Lux Algo Oscillator Matrix. Just click on it. So you have to get Lux Algo. I have an affiliate link on my Twitter. So this red on red indicates capitulation. Generally speaking, you don't want to buy a market, at least on a short-term chart, until things turn around and start to go from red to green. That's what I was taught. I don't have an example offhand. But if you see a market that's been down and then this indicator starts to move from red to green, like I don't know if it's that where anywhere in the ETH versus Bitcoin universe. Let me just check that to see if I can come up with an example. Okay, you want to catch a market on a transition from red to green. Okay, so this is a 4-hour chart of ETH versus Bitcoin. It's not there yet. Okay, again, I don't, here it is. Okay, so this is when you want to catch a market long, right? So these are usually better on 89-minute charts or short-term charts. The guy who taught me was working on 2 hours. So everything goes red, ETH versus Bitcoin, massive capitulation, right? You have this green triangle that shows up down here. That's like their version of a DeMark 13. You have a little X signal that shows up here in a different indicator. So the little X and the green triangle kind of go together, like the 13s and the 9s in the DeMark. And the whole idea is to try to catch a market when it's going from red to green, when money flow is starting to shift, which is why I would be constructive ETH versus Bitcoin. So that is the nickel tour of the oscillator matrix. Braden got here. You're never too early. You're never too late. You're right on time. Okay, the buy and sell signals in the oscillator matrix, those are the triangles, right? They got red triangles at the top and green triangles at the bottom. Those are the signals. Now, again, they're not immediate signals. Frequently, what you get is you get those signals. You get one final move in the direction before the top or the bottom. Okay, that is it for today. We will see you before the Friday, before Labor Day tomorrow.